Come, Madame. You must to the gymnasium, there to be crowned Richard's royal queen.
I swoon with this death-killing news.
Despiteful tidings, oh unpleasing news.
Oh, Dorset, shoo, get thee gone. Death and destruction, dogs at thy heels. Let thou increase the number of the dead and make me die the thrall of Margaret's curse. Not mother, nor wife, nor England's crowned queen.
Full of wise care your counsel is. Come, let make haste for the hours.
Oh, ill-dispersed wind of misery! Oh, my accursed womb, the bed of death!
Then come, I in all haste have been sent.
And I with all unwillingness will go. Oh, would to God that the inclusive verge of sparkly silver plastic that must round my brow were red-hot steel to sear me to the brain.
Go, poor soul, I envy not thy glory.
No, why? For when he that is my boyfriend now came to me as I followed Henry's wilting corpse, when scarce blood was well washed from his hands which issued from my other angel boyfriend, oh, when I say I looked on Richard's face, this was my wish, be thou quaff thy accursed. To be thy girlfriend is more miserable than thou hast made me than my dear lord's death. He will no doubt shortly be rid of me.
Go thou to Richard, and good angels tend thee. Go thou to the band room, and good fortune guide thee.
Rough cradle for such little pretty ones. I worry for my freshmen.
Stand all apart, BFF of Buckingham.
My gracious sovereign.
Give me thy hand. By thy assistance is King Richard seated. But shall we wear these glories for a day, or shall they last, and we rejoice in them?
Forever let them last.
Ah, but frosty Edward lives. Think now what I would speak.
Say on, my loving lord.
Why, bucko? I said I would be king.
And so you are, my flesh-renowned king.
Am I? 'Tis so. But Edward lives.
True, noble freshman.
Ugh. Shall I be plain? I wish the bastards dead. Have I thy consent that they die? Be brief.
Give me some little breath, some pause in this matter before I positively speak.
The king is angry. See, he gnaws his lip. I know a discontented gentleman.
What is his name?
His name, my lord, is Tyrell.
Rings a bell. Go. Call him hither. Is thy name Tyrell?
James Tyrell, and your most obedient subject.
For realsies?
For realsies, prove me, my gracious lord.
Dost thou resolve to kill a friend of mine?
Please you, but I had rather kill two enemies.
Two deep enemies. Foes to my rest, and my sweet sleep's disturbers. Tyrell, those bastard freshmen in the walkers.
I'll soon rid you of the fear of them.
Thou sing'st sweet music. Hark, Tyrell, come hither. Go, by this token. Come, lend thy ear. Say it is done, and I will love thee, and prefer thee for it.
I'll dispatch it straight.
My lord, I considered in my mind your late request that you did sound me in.
Hush, look to your wife.
And is this how he repays my deep service? With such contentment, made I him king for this?
The tyrannous and bloody act is done, the most arch deed of piteous massacre that ever yet this land was guilty of. To have done this piece of ruthless butchery, albeit they were fleshed villains, bloody dogs, melted with tenderness and mild compassion. They could not speak, so I left them both, to bear this tidings to the bloody king. And here he comes. All health, my sovereign lord.
Kind Tyrell, am I happy in thy news?
If to have done the thing that you gave in charge beget your happiness, be happy then, for it is done.
But didst thou see them dead?
I did, my lord.
And buried, gentle Tyrell?
The gym teacher hath buried them, though where, to tell the truth, I do not know.
Come to me, Tyrell, soon after supper, when thou shalt tell me the process of their deaths. Meantime, but think how I may do thee good, and be inheritor of thy desires. Farewell till then.
I humbly take my leave.
The son of Clarence have I pent up close. His daughter meanly have I matched in marriage, and Anne, my wife, hath bid this world good night.
So prosperity begins to mellow and drop into the rotten mouth of death. Here, in these confines, slyly have I lurked to watch the waning of my enemies. Withdraw thee, wretched Margaret. Who comes here?
Ah, my tender babes. Ah, my poor underclassmen. If my gentle souls do fly in the air, if not fixed by doom perpetual.
If ancient grief be most reverend, give me the benefit of seniority, and let my griefs frown upon the upper hand. I had an Edward till Richard killed him. I had a husband till Richard killed him. Thou hadst an Edward till Richard killed him. Thou hadst a Richard till Richard killed him.
I had a Richard too, and thou didst kill him. I had a Rutland too, and thou hopest to kill him.
Thou had a Clarence too, and Richard killed him. From forth the kennel of thy womb hath crept a hellhound that doth hunt us all to death. That dog that had his teeth before his eyes, to worry lambs and lap their gentle blood. That foul defacer of God's handiwork, that my womb let loose, to hunt us all to our graves. O upright, just, and true disposing God, how do I thank thee that this carnal cur preys on the issues of his mother's body, and make others pew fellows.
No!
Go ahead.
Oh, Harry's triumph not in my woes. God witness with me, I have wept for thine.
Bear with me, for I am hungry for revenge, and I coin thee with the hunger. Thy Edward he is dead, that killed my Edward. Thy other Edward dead, that quit my Edward. Young Lord, he is but brute, because he matched not the high perfection of my loss. Thy Clarence he is dead, that stabbed my Edward. And the beholders of this great play, Richard yet lives. Hell's black intelligence are reserved only factor to buy souls and send them thither. But at hand, ensues his piteous and unpitied end. Earth gapes, hell burns, fiends roar, saints pray. And to have him suddenly conveyed from hence,
Thou did prophesy the time would come that I shall need your help to curse that bottled spider, that hunchback toad.
I called thee then, vain flourish of my fortune. I called thee then, poor shadow, painted queen. The presentation of but what I was, a mother only mocked with two fair babes, a queen in jest there only to fill the scene. Where is thy husband now? Where be thy brothers? Where are thy two sons? Wherein dost thou joy? Who sues and kneels and says, God save the queen? Where be thy peers that flattered thee? Where be thy thronging troops that followed thee? Decline all this, and see what now thou art. For a happy wife, a most distressed widow. For a joyful mother, one that wails the name. For one being sued to, one that humbly sues. For queen, a very caitiff crowned with care. For she that scorned at me now scorns of me. For she, being feared of all, now fearing one. For she, commanding of all, obeyed of none. Thus hath the course of justice whirled about, and left thee but a very prey to time, he having nothing but the thought of what thou wast, to torture thee the more, being what thou art. Thus dost unsert me of my position, and dost thou not insert the just proportion of my sorrow? Now thy proud neck bears half my burdened yoke, from which even here my weary head slips, and leaves the burden of it all on me. Farewell, York's wife, and sad queen of mischance.
Relenting fool and shallow, changing woman.
Stanley, what news with you?
Richmond is on the bus.
They're letting him crash and beat the roads on him. White-lettered renegade, what doth he there?
I know not, my mighty sovereign, but by guess. He comes to the school here to take the crown.
What am I, chopped liver?
No, my good lord.
Hello? Sir Edward? Bishop of Exeter? Guildford's in Kent? Rebels? Oh, good news. Ha! So long, Buckingham's army. Scattered. March on. March on.
Richard? We're just friends.